Welcome to your Module 2 Introduction presentation on organizational conflict. The topic of this module is employee tensions and altercations. Employee conflict in the workplace is a common occurrence resulting from the differences in employees' personalities and values. Dealing with employee conflict in a timely manner is important to maintaining a healthy work environment. Believing that a conflict will simply disappear is an inaccurate assumption to make, because simple conflicts can grow into major problems if not dealt with appropriately. Managers should understand the common causes of employee conflicts so that a solution is found before the issues become unmanageable. Such conflicts may result from personality clashes, opposing viewpoints, different values, miscommunication, lack of empathy or understanding, competition, physical tension, behavioral tendencies. Let's take a closer look at a few of these triggers now. Poor communication. Poor communication is one of the main causes of conflict between employees in the workplace. This can result in a difference in communication styles or a failure to communicate. For example, a manager reassigned an employee's task to the employee's coworker, but failed to communicate the reassignment to the employee. This may cause the employee to feel slighted, which can transform into animosity among the two employees and the manager. Failing to communicate in the workplace may cause employees to make incorrect assumptions and believe workplace gossip. Poor communication in the workplace not only causes conflict, but decreases productivity and employee morale. Difference in personalities. A difference in personalities among employees is another cause of workplace conflict. Employees come from different backgrounds and experiences, which play a role in shaping their personalities. When employees fail to understand or accept the differences in each other's personalities, problems arise in the workplace. For example, an employee may possess a straightforward personality that results in him speaking whatever is on his mind, even if the timing is inappropriate. The employee with the straightforward personality may offend a coworker that does not possess the same type of personality. The coworker may feel as if the employee is rude or lacks the authority to deal with her in such a straightforward manner. Different values. Similar to personalities, the values of employees differ within the workplace. A difference in values is seen clearly when a generational gap is present. Young workers may possess different workplace values than older workers. The difference in values is not necessarily the cause of employee conflict in the workplace, but the failure to accept the differences is. When employees fail to accept the differences, coworkers may insult each other's character and experiences. When insults occur, the conflict intensifies until the right solution is offered and accepted. Competition. Unhealthy workplace competition is a cause of employee conflict. Some industries foster competitive environments more than others. When salary is linked to employee production, the workplace may experience strong competition between employees. Competition that is not properly managed can result in employees sabotaging or insulting one another, which creates a hostile work environment. Unhealthy workplace competition discourages teamwork and promotes individualism. The passive-aggressive employee covertly disrupts office morale and corporate productivity. Signs of passive-aggressive behavior in the workplace include resenting the demands of others, deliberate procrastination, intentional mistakes, hostile attitude, complaints of injustice and lack of appreciation, disguising criticism with compliments, the silent treatment, intimidating eye contact or body language, avoiding responsibility for tasks, doing less when asked for more, withholding important information, going over a boss's head to make him or her appear incompetent, ignoring the notes or emails left by others, arriving late, blatantly ostracizing another employee, calling out coworkers in public settings, such as meetings or during presentations. The list goes on and on. Passive aggression in the workplace is so prevalent because it's difficult to call somebody out on passive aggression. Usually when you do, that person or others will consider you too sensitive or paranoid. As organizations strive to achieve their goals, they are often met with challenges they must overcome as a team. Challenges leave room for negative conflict between coworkers, which can impact all parties involved, including the organization itself. Decrease in productivity. When an organization spends much of its time dealing with conflict, members take time away from focusing on the core goals they are tasked with achieving. Conflict causes members to focus less on the project at hand and more on gossiping about conflict or venting about frustrations. As a result, organizations can lose money and access to essential resources. Employees leave organization. Employees who are increasingly frustrated with the level of conflict within an organization may decide to end their employment. Once employees begin to leave, the organization has to recruit new employees, which slows down productivity due to the amount of time it takes to find, interview, and hire a replacement. Mental health concerns. Conflict within an organization can cause employees to become frustrated if they feel as if there's no solution in sight, or if they feel that their opinions go unrecognized by their peers. As a result, they may become stressed and depressed. This adversely affects their professional and personal lives. Organization members may have problems sleeping, loss of appetite or overeating, headaches, illness, and become unapproachable. In one of the most extreme worst-case scenarios, the affected employee may turn suicidal or violent. Bullying in the workplace, for example, has been known to result in tragic consequences. This leads into the following category. When conflict escalates without mediation, intense situations may arise between organization members. It's unfortunate, but organizational conflicts may cause violence among employees, resulting in legal problems for employees and possibly the organization. Here are some tips to help you as a communications manager tactfully put out fires between conflicted or feuding employees. Encourage employees to work it out. Use your judgment when it comes to addressing employee complaints. Employees should be as self-sufficient as possible. Encourage them to manage their issues on their own. Nip it in the bud quickly. Unfortunately, some situations won't work themselves out and you'll be forced to step in. If ignored too long, employee disputes can fester and affect the entire workplace and ultimately taint the reputation of the organization. Listen to both sides. By the time you get involved, your office may already be buzzing with gossip. Don't assume you know the situation based on the whispers you've heard around the office. First, deal directly with the two individuals, a group of people who were directly involved in the incident, and worry about refocusing other staff members later. Sit the feuding employees down and ask each to explain their side of the story. Identify the real issue. Often the cause of an argument between a group of employees can get clouded by all the emotions that surround it. Try to get each employee to articulate the issue in a calm way. Ask them what they want to see as an outcome. Like a doctor, treating the symptoms only puts a band-aid over the issue. To avoid future flare-ups, you need to get to the source. Only then will you be able to come up with a permanent solution. Find a solution. Employers need to get employees focused on the job at hand. Employees don't have to be best friends. They just need to get the job done. That might require reorganizing teams or giving the employees time to cool off before they work together again. Write it up. Employees may not like it, but it's important that you document all workplace incidents. This will help you monitor behavior over time and keep an eye out for repeat offenders. Teach them how to talk. For some troubled employees, talking out a situation isn't enough. Typically, people who have these problems have communication issues already. If you're experiencing a lot of strife among your staff, you may want to provide communication and problem-solving training. Lead by example. Much of your company culture is based on how everyone interacts with one another. By speaking to employees in an honest and respectful manner, you create an environment that values integrity and communication. When you are open and honest, employees are more likely to do the same.